Has there been times when you wanted to do something like now in the present that you sort of regretted in the past? Like for example, you tried something in the past that like has been like bothering you per se, and then when you try to get in the future, you end up like enjoying it more than you used to. That's sort of like my experience when it comes to like playing certain games. To be more specific, gacha games. So, for those of you who don't know, gacha games is a type of game where it's basically, you could say it's like free to win, or free to win, I'm sorry, pay to win. Because the goal for the game is to build up as much as you can in your depending on your levels, your skills, and all that stuff. And the more you continue to play, the more of the grinding it takes for you to get better at it. Like I said, a majority of times when it comes to gacha, people just assume that it is a pay to win game. And in the most common of sense, yes, it is. Because in technicality, you would pay for like, the better characters, the better supports, the better like enhancements, skills, weapons, depending on the game you're playing. All of that accumulates to paying for you to actually win at certain games. In that case, for the games that I'll be mentioning about today, in technicality, yes. But in particular for me, I'm what they call a free-to-play player, which means as of this moment, I have not spent a single cent on either of the gacha games that I'm playing. In the past, I have. I'm going to go ahead and mention that. But as of now, the gacha games that I'm playing, I've not spent a single cent. So my first introduction when it came to gacha games was like way in the past. So like a couple of years ago, I want to say, I know it depends on like what you would count as like a gacha game. I know people would say like maybe say like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, all that stuff is like all gacha game based. But other stuff also contribute to that too. One game that really got to me, and I sort of do like regret decisions of like having this installed in my phone, because I really have bad memories of it. But it somewhat did turn myself around when it comes to my thoughts of playing this game. For those of you who don't know, it's called Toreba. So Toreba is a Japanese crane game that you could play on your phone, and then basically it's an app where you could like play different Japanese crane games and win different prizes, right? And then if you win the prize on that designated machine, they will literally ship the prize over to your place. The thing is though is that depending on what machine you're playing, you're only designated to a certain amount of times where you could play a certain game for a certain amount of time. Like for example, there are some games, some machines I should say, where you only could be able to play just like with one turn and like that's it. Some of them you don't even have access. You can only just watch where the current prize is at the machine, and then that's it. Otherwise, for you to actually fully benefit in playing the game, you actually need to spend real life money just so that you could go ahead and win these prizes. And for me, me and my brother, I should say, we ended up technically winning 4 different prizes. And would I say it's worth it? I mean, in technicality, yes, because the prizes that we won are pretty rare. But at the same time, too, no. Because we ended up spending a lot more than what these prizes would initially cost. If that makes sense. So, the thing for me is that I told myself that I wouldn't get into gacha games because of this. So, one day, when I was playing Toreba with me and my brother, we stumbled upon like certain prizes that we actually wanted to get. I told my brother that if he's able to win a prize for me on Toreba, he could get whatever he wants. in return. So it'd be like one prize for me, one prize for him, right? And so he ended up winning one prize for me and just actually I don't remember how many turns it took for him, but it pretty much ate up a lot of my paycheck that week at work, I'll just say. So there was that one. He ended up winning a Miku plush for me, Hatsune Miku plush. And then he won a One Piece figurine. I think it was like a Luffy figure. I don't remember what it was. And then afterwards, I stumbled upon like more stuff that I saw on Tereba, and there was another plush that I wanted to get. And I told him again, if he could win this for me, he could get another prize in return. And then after that, he ended up winning those games as well, at the cost of literally my entire paycheck for the week. So lesson learned from me, I'm probably never ever going to spend my entire week's of paycheck just to win those prizes again. One thing that I lack learning about that stuff was skill, and also like I wouldn't say like time management or like whatsoever. It's more like greed just came in, because like this was like these were like the prizes that I wanted to get that was only for limited time on Tereba. So like once it's completely gone, you're not able to win the prize whenever, unless if you just like find it like while you're from like a scalper on eBay per se, or like whatsoever. So for me, that didn't really end well for my wallet in particular, because like I said, that entire day, me and my brother just spent my weekly paycheck for work. And then afterwards, in total, that was like, I want to say it's like over $400 just for 4 prizes. And like I said, accumulating all those together, those 4 prizes are not worth $400. I'll just say that. But at the same time too, like I said, there are limited prizes, and then once it's gone, you can't get it anywhere else. So, I mean, it does technically count as a win, but at the cost of my entire paycheck. But after that, I literally told myself that I will not be going back to gacha games ever again, because of like what I've been through with me and my brother. So, so after that, it's more like seeing games like that are gacha based like come and go, and then depending on like the interest that I'm involved with when it comes to gacha games, it's either like it's cool that I get a chance to witness this and like try to play for a little bit and then just call it quits, or it's like, you know, just skip the game entirely. Just cause one perfect example of this is that right after Hatsune Miku became popular on mobile, when they introduced Colorful Stage to the world, or to the West, I should say, I was actually like really excited to try the game out for myself, but I didn't really understand like the gacha elements per se during that time. So it's like, you know, you just jump into the game. Sorry, my dogs are barking. Play some songs and then see where you could go from there. The downside is that like I don't know if you guys actually play Project Sekai, but it's you have a limited amount of times where you could try a certain song per day or like whatsoever, and then over time, when you don't play the game, you accumulate more points so that you could end up returning back to the game to play more songs or like grind through the events, like all that type of stuff. So for me personally, I was interested in the game, but only for like a short amount of time. One of the main reasons why is because like I played Project Diva for so long, Future Tone was my favorite arcade game. Whenever I would head out to the arcades, besides Dance Dance Revolution and stuff, and then when that, or like when that game like ended up coming to the PS4 and stuff, I ended up like purchasing like my own custom controller with like the buttons and stuff for home play. One of these days I gotta end up playing that for stream. And then I also have like a couple Project Diva games in particular. Of course, Future Tone being my favorite out of the bunch. But besides that, it also led to the introduction of Project Sekai, reintroducing, I should say, the Vocaloids, as well as like different band members who are now part of the Vocaloids world. Or should I say to the Project Sekai series. I don't know, for me personally, I'm not into the Project Sekai games. But I just follow the lore online. Well, I say lore, but it's more like my favorite characters, and like that's it. But yeah, when I got into the game originally, I told myself that I would just basically just like try the songs out and then like see where it goes from there. At least I love the aspect of it too, because it's like part of it is like part rhythm game and the other side is like part visual novel. Because for me, I also love playing visual novels at the same time too. Like, yeah, it does get a little boring because technically you're just like reading a story all the way through. But for me personally, it helps with like the development of the characters and stuff like that. And with a game like Project Sekai, that's like a perfect example, so that you understand who these characters are and why they're in the game. Which is why, like, for me, I don't hate Project Sekai. It's just like not a game that I would like personally play. One of the main reasons is because of like, you know, like just like the developers in themselves, and like not working with their actual fan base in the West for certain events. Because I'm hearing online that like they're not really communicating with each other when it comes to the fans, because in the end I believe they're only doing certain stuff for like money, so like greedy purposes and like whatsoever. Don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but for me personally, I'd only just play just for like the songs and you know, like I mentioned before, like the visual novel aspects of it, because some of the character storylines are actually really freaking good. I don't want to get into like spoiler territory, but like there are like a couple events that actually like nearly made me cry. Like that's how strong the character development is in the game. If you know who I'm referring to, you go find it on YouTube yourself or like whatsoever. But yeah, that's just like one perfect example when it comes to like playing gacha games, for me personally. It's not to the point where I'm like playing consistently like whatsoever. It's more like a one and done sort of ordeal. Because the other thing too is that during that time, I think I was still creating YouTube videos like in full, so I didn't have time to like play Project Sekai on my own. And plus, with me using my phone as my video camera at the time, there wasn't like any option for me to like save more memory onto my phone, because the videos that I'm already filming are like, say, like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, even to like an hour long, and they eat so much storage on my phone. So it's hard for me to actually get more data, or more storage I should say, on my phone while I'm recording videos for YouTube. So it's like sacrifice one or the other. And then for that, I just dedicated my time doing YouTube more than playing Project Sekai. And it's ironic now, with like things coming into fruition today, how things just like ended up flip-flopping, where I barely upload on YouTube now, and then now I'm mostly on Twitch, and I'm actually playing more gacha games on my phone. And ironically, these two games end up eating more data, not data, but storage than Project Sekai, which is sort of hilarious to me. Sort of coming into my point right now. So it it came to the point where it's like you know, I've seen like different artwork, I've seen different styles, I've seen different characters of these gotcha games that I would like eventually find myself into. So, two big ones. The two big ones that I'm into nowadays when it comes to gotcha are Umamusume and Blue Archive. Those are my two go-to games when it comes to gotcha. Um, I would consider more, but I want free time on my hands, so two gotcha games is already good enough for me. The main reason why I played those two in particular, I'm gonna go into more detail about it, each of them separately, anyways. So I'm gonna first start out with Blue Archive. No, let me start out with Umamusume, because for Umamusume in particular, the reason why I got into the game in particular is because I was a fan of the anime series. So all the way back in season one. When it first released in the West, I thought the anime was really good. It's not because of like like huge horse girls and like whatever, and they're like racing and stuff, but it's more like the character developments, and then the more you learn about the characters, the more you learn about like real life horse racing too. Well, at least during their time, like as actual like horses and stuff. So seeing like characters like Special Week, Silent Suzuka, Tokai Teo, Measure McQueen, Kitasa Black, Satono Diamond, Rice Shower, and so on and so forth. It's just incredible. Seeing how much development that the anime has gotten and how enjoyable it is to watch. Because, good gracious, it's just so entertaining. Plus, the music aspect of things where they're like idols and stuff as well includes a really interesting element when it comes to like that game in particular. So it's not just like horse racing like whatsoever, but no, it's a mixture of both. So you get a bit of music and you get the horse racing. But me in particular, when it comes to the gaming portion, I'm mainly focused on just the horse racing. Honestly, to be fair, I could care less about the idol aspect of it. I only prefer like training the Umas. That's it. But yeah, Umamusume, I got into it because of the anime. And ironically for me, I didn't really finish all of season 1. If I'm being brutally honest. Season 2, on the other hand, oh my god, I love that season all the way through. I loved all the characters. I loved the development, the story, all the way through. That was really good. And I've yet to see season 3. I need to watch Cinderella Grey. And I need to watch the movies. Good gracious. I'm missing a lot. But that doesn't stop me from wanting to play the actual game. Because what made it all the more really good for me is that since technically I don't want to like have any games on my phone, I want to see if I could find like alternative ways to play, and thankfully they were releasing a Steam version of the game to the West. So if I'm not mistaken, the Steam release came out around early July of 2025 of last year. And so I took the opportunity to actually like download the game, like create my account like whatsoever, did a couple of gacha pulls to see like how good I'm going to be able to like run the current Umas that I have. And ironically, I've been enjoying it. It wasn't to the point where it's like, you know, like I'm playing it like consistently on a daily basis, like hours upon end. It's more like just like a leisurely thing as of the moment, because around that time too, I wasn't only like getting into like the Umamusume side of things, but literally just a couple weeks later down the line, they would release the Steam version of Blue Archive. So Blue Archive in particular for me was also a really fun gacha game to play. My introduction to that game was seeing the characters on different like news feeds that I was a part of. Because the thing that made it so unique for me is that each of the characters had halos on their head. So anytime I saw a girl with a halo above her head, a majority of times I'm always gonna link it to Blue Archive. And then with like Story development and like whatsoever, it also helped out too. But I'm getting ahead of myself on that one. But I really love the character designs, and I love how like each of them aren't like specific like or like each of them aren't like the same, if you get what I mean. Like they all look human based. The only difference is that they have like halos, and like no, they like based in like age range. They have like their unique quirks to them to themselves. They made them so unique, depending on like what school you visit, because each of them has like a specific trope and what makes them unique to the game. And then what I love about it too is that no matter what character you follow in the game, they don't become boring or like whatsoever, because one way or another they help contribute to the main story, which is incredible. That's what I love about Blue Archive. People could make fun of it, be like saying like, oh, but it's like you're like with like school children and like whatsoever. But me in particular, I just love it because of the story. The story is incredible. But yeah, like I said, I'll get more into detail about that in a second. But yeah, for my start of that, it's like the Blue Archive Steam introduction in late July. So when Umamusume released, I believe it was 2 or 3 weeks before the Steam release of Blue Archive. Ironically, around that same time too, I wanted to play both games at the same time too, so that I sort of have the experience of like playing like this game, and then if I end up wanting to like stream it, I also wanted to take that opportunity to do so. The only issue was that around that time, Blue Archive was actually held back a couple weeks. I don't know if it was like due to like certain maintenance or like whatsoever, but eventually I got my chance to play it just a couple weeks after the Steam release of Umamusume. And it sort of sucks at the same time too, because there was already an event that was happening in Umamusume that I would be grinding for, but I ended up holding back on that until after Blue Archive release. So because of that, I ended up missing a really good card that would help me out with my future runs in the game. But it is what it is. So if it does come back, cool. If not, it's not a big deal. But yeah, both of these games really hooked me into like their story, the concept of the games, the actual gameplay itself, and what makes it unique compared to like any other gacha games that I've seen. And plus, arguably, I could probably even say that Blue Archive and Umamusume might be contenders for my favorite games of 2025. That's not ITG Mania. But yeah, that was sort of like my introduction to that. So, like I said, I've been playing ever since of July of 2025. And then, as of this recording, it is currently April 15, 2026. So, while you guys are here, let me show you guys of how far I've gotten into both of these games in particular. So, let me first show you my Umamusume stuff. Okay, so you can see here, this is my home screen for Umamusume, and as you can see, I'm at Team Rank S4, so this is like one of the highest you could get in the game. So, you could probably tell just by looking at this already that I am pretty much grinding daily in this game. Excuse me. And yeah, I'm having so much fun with this too. Like, I've been doing like my interactions and stuff. I've been playing so many careers. I've been doing so many races. I'll even show you like all this here. Excuse me. Like, this is how much I've been grinding in the game. So depending on like what career mode I'm playing, the bottom portions like from the earlier games, and like the ones that are up here are all of the current events that I'm currently playing as of the moment. And Yeah, honestly, I think I ran a lot, um, as you can see here. But that's sort of the fun of it because you get to like play around with it and see like what works, what doesn't work, depending on like which Umas you have, as well as the support cards that you have. So there's that. Let me show you my support cards as well because I've been on the grind of all these as well. Uh, Especially for like certain support cards that I've been trying to fill up all the way. Heck, I even got some of the top cards needed to play, and I also got lucky on some of these pulls as well. So, um, and just to remind you too, all of this here, I've gotten these cards absolutely free. I haven't paid a single cent on this game, and it's already April, and I've been grinding for so long. That's how I was able to reach S4 so fast. Like I said, S4 is one of the top tiers in the game. I believe the top that you could get is double S, but I could be wrong. Again, please correct me if I'm wrong. Um, but yeah, besides that, too, here are all the current Umas that I have. So, like I said too, since I'm free to play, I don't have all the characters in the game. Heck, I'm missing season 1 special week. She isn't here, but I have Silent Suzuka, Tokai Teo, but not special week. Eventually, hopefully, get a chance to get her. But for the rest, like any new Umamusume that they announce, I also wouldn't really pull for those. The only times that I will is that if there's a meta character coming out, or if there's an Uma that I really wanted to get. Like one example is this one right here, Tamamo Cross. Like in technicality, she is really good in the game, because like for those of you who haven't played Uma Musume, depending on the running style of the Uma you're running, there's what they call the front runner, the pace chaser, the late surger, and the end closers. So basically, depending on which running style you choose for your Uma, it'll help benefit them during the actual race. So for Tamamo Cross in particular, she's good at running both pace, late, and end closer. But for me in particular, because of the skills that she has, I prefer running her as an end closer. And she is one of, if not the best end closer in the game besides, like, say, everyone's favorite Gold Chip. But again, it's just sort of like a mix and match type of thing, depending on, like, who you pull in the game. And you get to experience, like, with the type of support cards that you have, and, like, how well you could run them in career and how well they'll perform during their actual career runs. So they can make or break your game. Honestly, this is the fun thing I love about it too, is that there are times in the game where it makes me super happy that I'm able to get super lucky on certain events. But at the same time too, it also drives me crazy when something in the game doesn't end up in my favor and I end up losing more than then what happens. I could show you like previous examples as well. Like a majority of my ranks are like S pluses and S's. So for any of them that are like an S's in particular, it's because of like really bad RNG. But for like S pluses or even the double S's, I'm like super lucky in those. Like for example, like this Tokai Teo, this one here, I really got lucky out of the blue for this one too, because of really good timing, especially for like certain events in the game where it grants you like more extra stats to train, and if you use it properly, you'll get like mega stats in the game, and that happened to me with her in the game. So yeah, it sort of worked out for me in that way. And then I guess while I'm also still here, let me show you guys like my favorite characters in the game. One of them being here in the middle. This is Machikane Tenhoiser. I really love her. People in the Uma community also refer to her as Mambo. If you've seen the meme of her, you might know the reason why. So she's one of my favorites. And then another personal favorite of mine is this one right here, Rice Shower. She's so adorable. I love her in the anime, and I love her in the game. But oh my gosh, she was very, very hard to run originally in the game. But once I have like the proper support cards, the proper parents, the proper like event needed for me to run her properly, my god, is she fun to run. But yeah, that's mostly it on Umamusume. But if you stay longer throughout the video, I'm gonna go ahead and do a gacha pull at the end. So stay behind for this. Let me talk about Blue Archive now. Okay, now I'm on Blue Archive. So this is the other gacha game that I love to play. So this one also is pretty unique compared to Umamusume because of like the different characters in this game, as well as like the different stuff that you could do here as well. And like I said before, I started playing this game late July of 2025, and as of April, I'm already maxed out to level 90, which is the highest level that you could get as of the moment in this game. And I've also been grinding so much in the game as well. So compared to like Umamusume, where it's a little harder to get more characters in the game, I've been grinding so much to get as many students as I can in this game in particular. So, and then these are the locked students that I don't have yet. But anyone here is up for grabs. I just need to make sure that my levels are like strong enough and like whatsoever. And then yeah, I also love how like in this game in particular, you could like rotate different screens to like different students that you have like selected. I've showcased this in a previous YouTube video, so if you haven't seen that, I highly suggest you go check it out. But yeah, and then at least what I love about this one compared to like Umamusume is that you could interact with the girl on screen compared to Umamusume. Like where if you're on Umamusume on the home screen, you can only just tap them and they switch up dialogue. But in this one, they actually do have dialogue, and then besides the dialogue, they also react to certain stuff that you do with your mouse on screen. So as you can see here with my mouse, I'm gonna go ahead and do some stuff as well. I'm gonna wait for this student to finish talking in a bit. For those of you who don't know, this is Mika. She's my favorite student in the game. I love her. She's adorable. So when you click or hold down, they actually track with their eyes and follow your mouse around the screen, which is really cool. And then you could also pat their head as well. So you could pet your students, which is really fun. And if you want more dialogue, you just have to click on the student, or if you're playing on your phone, you just tap on the student, and then that's it. That's really cool. I love that. But the differences between like playing like Umamusume and Blue Archive is that I feel like in Blue Archive, they offer you so much more than what they have in Umamusume at the moment. Because for Umamusume, it's basically like 4 years behind the Japanese servers. But in Blue Archive, they're literally only just a couple months behind. So we're literally almost catching up to what the Japanese and South Korean players are doing at the moment in the game. So I'm honestly excited to see what's coming up for this one. Let alone the same with Umamusume, but I feel like I'm gonna be playing the same like game mode over and over and over again for like I think like 3 months. But for the next event for Blue Archive, it's like coming in less than a month from now, and I'm super stoked for it. So and just to show you too, like I said, I'm at level 90. So for this one in particular, I'm already caught up with like all the missions and like whatsoever. So every single mission that you do in the game is ranked out of 3 stars. I've 3-starred every single mission, And I even 3-starred all the hard missions as well. So that's really helpful on my end. And then even the other sub modes too, like Bounty, for example. You have all the way up to level 10 down here. And as you can see, I 3-starred that one. Same with these two, so I'm not going to bother clicking on those. Commissions is also the same thing. This one has 14 levels, so made it all the way there. Same with item retrieval, same thing all the way. And then scrimmage, help to get like better stuff in the game too, so all the way through. So helps me get a chance to get better items into the game. Excuse me. So like, for example, when you click on a certain like mission like whatsoever, these will be the rewards that you'll end up getting. Depending on the rewards, they help out in certain ways, such as upgraded items, overall stats in the game, better performance, like all that fun jazz and stuff. So that really helps me out when it comes to that. But like I mentioned before, my favorite part of this game in particular is its story mode. Grinding through the entire main story is really fun. Like, if you haven't gotten a chance to go through the story yourself, it is really fun to go through. Like I said, you get to learn more about the characters, you get to learn more about the side stories and whatsoever. And honestly, it feels like one giant movie when you play this entire game. And then, like I said, you bond with all the characters. Like, none of the characters felt left behind. As long as you complete all the stories and you understand the lore, as well as like the background characters and like whatsoever too, they really come into play. So besides that, they also have like other stuff too, like event recap. Literally, you can go through every single past story that they've released in the game, and then even for some of them, they'll give you free characters just by playing through the story mode, which is incredible. They also have specific guide tasks that you can go through, that once you complete those specific tasks, then you receive daily rewards, quote unquote daily or even weekly rewards, depending on like what you do for the missions and stuff. And like I said, you could do more in this game too. So like Umamusume, it's more like you just do random races and like that's it. But in this one, like besides the missions, besides like the commissions and stuff, the story mode, there's also a cafe mode that you could go ahead and like experience as well. So this is my cafe, my first cafe, I should say. As you can see, I sort of have like an arcade style theme, like a mall base, I guess you could say as well. Like I try to like imagine myself like at like a virtual, like say like Chuck E. Cheese or like whatever, and like this is the layout that I imagine it would like be like, if that makes sense. There's this one, and then when I move over to the second one, it's a little more clustered in this one, but it's just to add more stuff to it too. Like all my trophies from like different events and stuff are all here as well. And then all the different stuff here. Yeah, so it's a little more complex in the second one, if that makes sense. And then of course there's like lessons that you could go ahead and go through. So these like help with your relationship bond points, so that the higher the level is for the student, the stronger the student becomes. So the lower the number, you could say like the student is technically on the weaker side of things, but the higher the relationship points is, the higher it is, or the stronger the student becomes. So it really does help if you bond with these students more as well. So that really does help out one way or another as well. And then there are like other modes that you could do here as well. So if you want to like do like a specific formation with your groups already, there's a separate mode for that, just by entering this one already. So you don't have to go through them in like mission modes. and do it one at a time. But for me personally, I would rather just like see like who my best students are in particular, and just like rock and roll for the mission modes. So there's that. There's also a thing called crafting, where you could like use like pieces that you gathered from like dailies and stuff, and use that to like create different stuff. So it could range from like furniture for your cafes to like gifts for the students that you give to help raise the relationship bonds, as well as like weapon enhancements, keystones, activity reports to help improve the students, like all that type of stuff, which is really cool. And then another thing that I also appreciate about Blue Archive too is like their recruitments are also pretty much straightforward too. Like for Umamusume, you have two different things that you have to do when it comes to recruitments. One is the actual Umas that you try to pull for themselves, and then another separate one that you pull for support cards. But for Blue Archive, all you have to do is just select whatever student you want to go to, and then just start pulling for for that student. And then another thing that I really appreciate about Blue Archive over Umamusume 2 is that say that you don't have the student that you want to pull for in a certain amount of pulls. So once you have 200 points in general, you could choose whatever student you want to recruit. So for Umamusume, I know that each of these pulls that you get, depending on what you pull for, support cards or Umamusume, each of them would cost, if I'm not mistaken, 30,000 for a single 10 pull. No, wait, no, not 30,000. What am I saying? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. How am I forgetting? Sorry, guys. You guys could correct me. I know, because I'm very wrong at that. I believe it's 1,500. There we go. 1,500 for 10 pull. So when you use 1,500 and you accumulate up to 30,000, and you spend, I should say you spend 30,000 in Umamusume, then you're able to choose your students. But in Blue Archive, they cut it to 1,200. So you can get all the way up to 24,000, and then after you get 24,000, you're able to recruit that student. So that's another thing what I love about Blue Archive. And then plus for me too, I think obtaining more in Blue Archive when it comes to like gacha pulls and everything is a lot easier compared to Umamusume, because Umamusume it's more on like luck, and like if they're holding like specific events that like really help in like get allowing you to get more, but a majority of times is more like hit or miss. Like the only thing that I could think of that's really gonna help me out for like future gacha pulls in Umamusume is what they call the gold ship event, the Golshi event that's going to be happening pretty soon, where every week you get 564 carrots in the game, so that you could go ahead and use that for like pulls and like whatsoever. But for Blue Archive, you're getting those on your dailies in particular as well. You're getting a lot more, I should say, as well too. So especially that if you do your dailies in particular and you go all the way, you get 20 free per day. So I take that to my advantage as much as possible, which is why I've been grinding for so long. Now I'm at 108,272. My goal is to reach around like 120,000 as much as possible, because there are some gacha pulls that I want to take the opportunity to actually pull for. Unfortunately, I won't be doing it in this video, but maybe in a future video or in a future Twitch stream. Again, you can check it out. I'm going to be linking that in the description. So you can see if I get lucky. No, when I get lucky, I'm going to say. Because I do have enough for those pulls. And I'm saving it for like the specific students that I want to pull. There we go. But yeah, when it comes to Blue Archive, that's like sort of like the main difference that I have between that one and Umamusume. Like I said before, I haven't spent a single cent in this game as well. Although there was close amount of times where I actually did want to spend money in this game because of like, you know, you get like better rewards and like whatsoever because of like a certain event that's going on. And if you pay, you actually get like a specific item that's only for those who paid for the game. I'll show you real quick. So let me go back inside the cafe. I personally don't have the item myself, but if this swing set wasn't here, it would be turned into like one of those fancy like outdoor beds that you see on beaches and stuff. And it's specifically made for the my favorite character in the game, the one that I showed earlier, Mika. Unfortunately, since it's only a limited time event, there's no way that I'm able to get that ever now, unless if they somehow like bring it over into the shop, but I doubt it. So for now she just uses the swing, but if I were to actually do pay the $20, that would be the bed instead. And you know how like some of these characters are like interacting with these certain objects, right? Like you see this student is on the table here. If I go to this side, you see like one student over here and then one student down there interacting with these so-called environments and stuff. That would be the same thing here. Like you would see the student sleeping on the bed and stuff, like tossing and turning. Like that's pretty much it. But I think it's just adorable and so cute. But again, it only works if you pay the full amount, just so that you could get the item in the game. And then, like I said before, you also get more benefits if you pay in the game as well. But for me personally, I'm not going to spend any money in the game as much as I possibly would. The only things that I would be spending on when it comes to gacha games in general is merchandise. And I've shown you guys in the past some like my collections and stuff, but let me show you in particular again for what I've been saving up for, if that makes sense. Because like I mentioned before, I have figurines of these Umas in general for like Umamusume. So like I said, this is like one of my favorite characters in the game. Machikane Tenhoiser. Have her. And then, of course, I have my other favorite, Rice Shower as well. As well as 6 other ones to help match along with the Umas that I have. But like I mentioned in the past too, I believe I mentioned them either in a past YouTube video or if you're watching this on Twitch, I mentioned this in a past live stream that I ended up collecting these because like for those of you who don't know, I go to Round 1, which is a Japanese style arcade that you go to in the US, and I ended up winning 3 of these from there. So the 3 of them being this one right here. This is Ikinodictus. Let's see, this one here, Twin Turbo. And the first one, that one right here, it's a Momo Cross. And it's ironic too because I didn't even realize like how much of an Uma I'd be interested, or how much of Umamusume that I didn't really understand because she wasn't like on my radar until I saw like bits and pieces of Cinderella Grey. So for so long, this was the first Uma figure that I've ever gotten, and I didn't even realize that she was so popular in Cinderella Grey. That's when I have like my full-on respects to her, because for so long I had her. Originally, she was just sitting in my room as like, oh cool, I have an Umamusume figure. I don't know who this character is, but man, she's cool. And then when I saw a couple clips of her in Cinderella Gray, now I have full on respects for her. Jeez. And then, like you can see in the back, I have Ogre Cap, Mihono Bourbon, and then I also have Nice Nature as well on the side. So just to complete my mini collection that I have for now, I wish I was able to collect more, but the problem for me now is that it gets a little expensive, and with the economy nowadays, I think it's hard for me to get more, so I'm holding back for now. But at least I'm happy to say that I have all the members of Team Canopus from Season 2, as well as the Umamusumes that I enjoy, as well as like their so-called partners, if that makes sense. Like Raishao or Mihono Bourbon are usually together, especially in Season 2. And Ogre Cap and Tamamo Cross with Cinderella Gray. But a majority of times, like, yeah, that's when it comes to like merchant stuff is when I'll actually like spend money on those gacha games, quote unquote, spend money on the gacha games. Because here's my take on it too. Especially when it comes to spending money on gacha games, in technicality, yes, you're able to claim those stuff digitally, but say, and I hope this never happens, but eventually when the game ends up dying from live service, will you still be able to keep those prizes? Because I don't think you will be able to. So that's why, like I told myself, I'll be strictly free to play. So in case if I actually do spend money in the game, and the only way you could use that is that if you like have the internet service or like whatsoever, or the support for them to play with. Yeah, I don't think there's a chance for me to keep the items, so it's not worth spending money on the game. That's why for me, I'm a physical collector as well. That's why I don't like purchasing digital games as much as possible. So I'd rather be having like the disc versions of stuff and like whatsoever, or like cartridges or like whatsoever. But yeah, that's the reason why I'd be collecting that stuff too. Unfortunately, I don't have anything for Blue Archive yet. I mean, I technically do, but they're like rip-offs and they're really crappy figures, so I don't want to showcase those. And plus, I'm waiting on 2 plushies that I've been waiting on since last year for them to arrive soon. So they're basically like the main characters in the game for Blue Archive. So Arona and Plana, they're like the 2 little mascot characters that like do like the tutorial and teach you how to play the game. Once I have those 2, I'm pretty much complete with my Blue Archive stuff. Like, I wish I could get Mika and like any other students as well, but I'm satisfied with just those 2. That I'm okay with that, because I don't want to get to the point where I'm like spending money on every single character in the game, because I will be that person. I've done that for so long with like past stuff that I've been collecting too, so I don't want to get back into that. I'd rather just enjoy the stuff that I already have anyways and just keep playing the game, supporting it that way. But yeah, that's pretty much it when it comes to like my gacha experience and stuff. To this day, I love playing both of these games. That's why like you see like on both of these games, I'm like almost towards the max on like both of them. With me reaching level 90 in Blue Archive and me being on S4 in Umamusume, I've been showing like how much I've been grinding and like having myself become more interested and being more involved in playing these games. And with time and like commitment and stuff, that was also another reason why I highly like stuck myself into playing these games. Because I enjoyed them. That's the thing that makes me happy about them. Like, yeah, there are times where in the game where it causes me to become angry and stuff and like have like frustrations, but at the end of the end of the day, it's just a game. There's nothing to be upset about, even if it's like something that I'm not able to do because I don't have enough strength for it, or if I don't have enough support for it, or if I'm on PvP and I keep losing and I'm not able to get the desired position I want to be in. That doesn't matter to me. What matters the most is that I'm having fun with the game. And I'm pretty sure that's for everybody when it comes to playing games in general. You're not in it because like you're like looking to like aim for like the best and like the top priority or whatsoever. I'm I want to say like I know for some of you guys out there who are like super competitive in the game, I understand that. But for me personally, and I think this is like for a bunch of casual players out there in general, me included, we are only in it for the entertainment, for the fun of it. That's what makes the game so much fun. And it's been like this for so long, ever since its release on Steam back in July. And now that I've been grinding into the game, I'm so happy that I'm able to keep playing it as of today. So, yes, there have been times where I felt like I wanted to stop playing the games because of like what's been happening in around that time. But like with time passing by and like the games keep on improving, they have better recruitments later on and like whatsoever. They fix like things that help the gameplay more fun and will make me like come back. That's the thing that I love about like both Umamusume and Blue Archive, is that the developers of the game actually listens to the fans. They love the community, and the community also supports the developers too for whatever decisions that they're doing. Because of that, I'm consistently playing these games, and at least for me too, it's like a pickup thing. Like for Umamusume, like yes, you have to sit through at least like one career mode a day, but depending on how much time you have, it could take up to at least like 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you go through the gameplay of things. But for me, I try to dedicate at least some time to it. For Blue Archive, on the other hand, depending if you're going through stories or like whatsoever, a typical day by day, daily for me, for that one is literally just less than 30 minutes. No, not I wouldn't even say 30 minutes. I want to say less than 10 minutes. Because it's more like everything is already saved. I just have to get all the stuff that I need for that day and then just stop. And then every like 3 hours or so, just come back and try to go back to the cafe and raise my relationship with the students that I currently have in the cafe. And then just rinse and repeat every like 3 hours or so. Again, it's not to the point where I'm like sitting for like hours upon end or stuff. The only times when I will be doing that in Blue Archive is that if I'm sitting through a story, so that I've actually like fully immersed myself in learning about the characters, learning about the lore, learning about what's happening between like say this school, this character versus this character, like all that fun stuff. Umamusume, on the other hand, it's also a quick like daily type of thing too. The only downside for it is that, especially when you get to like the career portion of the game and you start setting things up, you have to like really look through everything first to make sure that you have the right stuff that you need to run a good career. And for me, like I don't know if you've seen any of my past live streams, but just choosing parents alone takes me about like I want to say a good 5 to 10 minutes, and that takes a lot of my time. So I would rather like pick things up and just go from there. But again, it just depends. Sometimes I'll have everything like ready beforehand so that I know what I'll be getting into the next day. But if I want to like start a second game like whatsoever, then I need to figure out what I'm gonna do from there. So yeah. That's the only downside for Umamusume. But other than that, it's just like daily races that you would normally do. So it's normally 3 races. And thankfully, you don't have to sit through them one by one and just wait for the races to pay off. Thankfully, they have a mode now where you could just choose whoever Uma you want to run. And then it just simulates all of your results for you in an instant. The same thing goes for the PvP in the game, team trials, where you go up against a random player, and then depending on the 5 race styles that you go through, so there's 1 medium, 1 mile, 1 long, 1 sprint, and 1 dirt. So depending on your class of Umas, you go up against another trainer with their batch of Umas, and then see how many of those you could actually win. And then thankfully, like in the previous modes too, you can literally just simulate through them and see whether if you win or lose. A majority of times nowadays, I keep losing mine because I don't think I have the right support cards, but it is what it is. Like I said, like I don't mind the PvP in that game in particular, so that's the reason why. But it is fun in general, so I wouldn't miss out on that. But yeah, a majority of times, those are like the positives, and even I think I mentioned some negatives already when it comes to playing those games. So yeah, hence why I think that still, even up until now, Blue Archive and Umamusume are still my favorite games to play this year. Reason why is because, like I mentioned before, the economy just sucks, and like with everything that's happening nowadays, it's sort of like hard for me to figure out like what games I actually do want to play, which games I do want to get. Like yes, I see like people are like saying like, oh, you just spend $60 on a game and it's all good to go. But for me personally, it's just like I'm just gonna wait until like there's a good deal coming out and then I'll pay for the game. But it just depends. Who knows? Maybe like Sonic Racing Cross Worlds might take over, but I doubt that'll happen anytime soon. Or even like say Thomas and Friends Wonders of Sodor, because I really can't wait to play that game too. And I see some of my favorite VTubers already playing that game too, so I'm a little jealous, but it's okay. I'll get my hands on that game, and then once I do, I'm definitely gonna be streaming it. So I cannot wait for that. I want a physical release though. That's the thing. I don't want the digital version. I want a physical release. But for what system, I don't know. I'm either debating on PS4, PS5, or Switch. Again, it just depends. So there's that. That's why I prefer like playing those gacha games, because they're free. You could literally just like get it off of Steam for free. And then the only thing that you need to do is just grind. As long as you have the time to grind in those games, honestly, the game gets more fun the more you put more time into the game. Like, it's more frustrating in the beginning because yes, you're trying to adapt into the game, and you're trying to understand the concepts and like how everything works and stuff. But once you like learn the strategies on how to actually properly play these games, the easier it is for you to pick up, as well as to level up your games, your gameplay all the way up to max, like what I've been doing. And then for me recently, like I mentioned for Blue Archive, I literally just got level 90 just a couple weeks ago. Like, it didn't take me a full year. It took me less than like a little over half a year. Because that's how much grind I've been getting into the game. And that's just for doing like my dailies. That's it. Like, yes, you could do more by like completing missions and like all that stuff like I did before, but even when I reached all the way to level 90, I didn't even finish all of my missions. That's how I got into the grind of it too, anyways, too. So, but it did play in my favor, so I guess that works at my end. So now all I gotta do is just like upgrade the rest of my students. But my problem is resources in the game because I don't have enough. That's my issue for that game in particular. I don't have enough resources for Blue Archive. So once I do, though, I'm gonna see if I could try to grind and get as many students as I can to like level 90, getting them to max, making them OP so that they're good for like future boss raids and stuff, which is gonna make it a lot easier on my end. Because for now, I'm like stuck in the middle. Like, it's not to the point where I'm like losing consistently, that I'm like at like beginner based level, but at the same time too, I can't be like the max hardest difficulty level because I still don't have the right students for that boss raid. So I'm just stuck in the middle. Umamusume, on the other hand, like I mentioned before, I've been like losing on team trials because I'm still experimenting and like trying to figure out like what are my best supports that I can use to raise my Uma properly. And if I could use that potential Uma as a parent to run future Uma careers and like whatsoever. So It's like that sort of ordeal. But yeah, like I mentioned before, I highly suggest that you guys get into the games because they're so much fun. It's a learning process, but once you get the hang of it, trust me, you guys will enjoy it. And I'm not gonna say that you should be paying to play these games because it's totally up to you. If you think that it's worth spending money to play on these games, go for it. But my highest recommendation is that you actually don't spend any money on the game. If you could spend and dedicate your time playing these games casually, just relaxing, just enjoying your time, learning the concepts about these games, then you will have a fun time with it, like what I did. Honestly. It's just something you pick up over time. It's not something that you're gonna pick up like in, say, like a day or so. And then once you pick up more and more on a consistent basis, then pretty soon you're gonna be at top tier levels of the game. That's gonna be fun, honestly. So if you enjoy it, go for it, right? There's no stopping you if you don't want to, so, or if you want to, I should say. Like I said, that's been yapping for so long too. So, like I said, I promise you guys, I have a special treat for you guys, just for sticking around with me. I'm going to be pulling on Umamusume for an Uma that I've been wanting to get. That's sort of the reason why I'm also holding off this stream in particular, because I actually wanted to wait for this pull banner to come in. So I'm going to take this opportunity to do that right now. So thank you guys for sticking around with me. So here's a little bonus of me trying to pull for Nishino Flower in Umamusume. Okay, so I promise you guys that I'll be pulling for Nishino Flower in this game for you guys sticking for this long into the video. So before I do that, like I mentioned before, when it comes to the Blue Archive recruitment, so for this one in particular, you have limited amounts of things that you could pull for at the moment too. So like you have like specific Umas for their banner, and then the support cards as well. So you want to make sure that you have a healthy amount of pulls for both Umamusume trainers and the support cards. And then once you do, it's going to be a lot easier for you to pull and play specific careers. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I have 11 tickets in total for single pulls. I'm going to use up 10 of these so that it counts as my 10, and then use whatever remainder that I have here for the rest of my Nishino Flower pulls. If I get it on the early 11, 10 tickets, I'm just going to stop there, because I don't necessarily have to pull anymore, because I'll technically have her anyways. So so without further ado, let's get pulling. Hopefully I get lucky. I was to say, if I get it on the first one, that'd be so funny. Long shot start. No, that's not happening. Here's one thing that I also appreciate about Blue Archive more than Umamusume. Umamusume doesn't have like 10 free pulls, but Blue Archive does. That's sort of something that I'm hoping that Umamusume does in the future, where if you have like accumulated the amount of tickets already, they transfer them over to free 10 pulls instead. But again, it just depends. Alright, let's see. This is the second long shot star, no shot. Machikane Fukukitaru. Nope. Got 8 more to go through. I will be shocked if one of these does turn into like at least like a gold. That would be so cool. If I could get more of Tannhauser, that would be great. Otherwise, if not, then I'm still hoping for that Nishino Flower. There we go. Got a gold. Please be Mambo. Vodka. Okay. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Let's see, come on. Come on. Come on. Harurara, okay. Okay, I got 5 more to do. Coupons? Yeah. Yep, you know it, man. Dude, I got 10. So I'm using it for these pulls at the moment. By the way, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. Come on, come on, come on. Got 2 UGs in some time in track week. Yo, congrats! I told you you make it a UG, man. By the time we've finished last stream, I have 3 double S's, but that's the highest I've ever gone. So I was on a Mihono Bourbon, a Summer Matazinski, and surprisingly Tokaiteo. Other than that, like, I've been consistently getting S and S pluses. That's pretty much it. It just depends. But yeah, I'm pretty much enjoying myself. Oh, by the way, I'm filming for YouTube right now. That's sort of another reason why I'm doing this at the moment. I'm just doing this for fun. Okay, I got 1 more. And then after that, I'll switch over to the temples. Oh, no shot. Okay, so here's my equivalent of 9 silver gates and 1 gold gate. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna switch on over to the carrots now. I believe I have 10 pulls already, so... yeah, okay. Move on, here we go. Oh boy, this is gonna be a while. You guys watching on YouTube, you're gonna definitely have a fun time with this. Unless somehow, some way, any of these gold ones actually do turn into rainbows. Super Creek, winning ticket, Fuku Kitaru, Tachyon, King Halo, Tachyon, Bakshino, winning ticket, Fuku Kitaru, and Diamond Star. Okay, we keep going, we keep going. Nope. Unless if I see favorite star, that might give me some hope. Long shot star? Nope, that doesn't give me hope. Oh, great. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh! Ah! Darn it. Gold ship. That gave me hope. That gave me a little bit of hope. Jeez. Oh boy, how many tosses this am I gonna get? Long shot. Ah! This is the fun of pulling for Umamusume. Come on, come on. El Condor pasa. El Condor pasa 2 times. Let's go. Tazana. And another long shot star. Come on. 2 golds, 3 golds. What the heck? Okay. But that 10th one, oh my gosh. Mambo! Yeah! Thank you! Top Gun, Vodka, oh great. Whip! Ah! Super Creek. Oh my gosh, dude, if that 10th one is my 3-star, that would be great. If not, oh my gosh. At least let that last one be Mambo, that's the only one I'm hoping for. Yeah, that is, surprisingly. That is a lot of 2 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the field. I got 3 Uradas. You know what? Fine, I'll take it. Ugh. How many of these Tazanas and Longshot stars am I getting? Oh, God. Am I just gonna jinx myself all the way through? Oh, 2 golds? Winning ticket, Bakshino, Urara, Bakshino, Tachyon, Bakshino, Kitaru, Air Groove, Tachyon, and Baka. Come on. Laurel looked weird. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Oh, come on! It's always Longshot Star. Okay, a couple golds, okay. Air Groove again. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Fukukitaru gold ship. Ah! Oh man, dude. Not a bad amount of golds though. I'm not gonna lie. So what, I think it's another 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. It could be better though. That's awesome. Longshot star, I'm seeing it. 2 golds. Can I have like 2 back-to-back Mambos at least, please? I'm okay with that too. There's 1. Dang it. Oh my gosh. See, this is the fun of pulling for stuff in gacha games like this. Oh my gosh. Well, at least I got a Mambo. Yay. Another Longshot star. Why? This game hates me. When it comes to gacha pulls, this game hates me. Oh my gosh. Natty, Halo, Tachyon, Urara, Top Gun, Tachyon, Ryan. Thank you. Top Gun. More Mambo, please. Favorite star, thank God. And it's gonna troll me. It's just gonna be like, yeah, this is gonna be that all grays and a gold at the end. One of them's bound to flip to a rainbow. One of them has to flip to a rainbow. I don't know which one, but one of them's gonna flip to a rainbow. But I swear, if it's an Uma that I already have, I'm gonna hate myself for the rest of the night. What? Dude! Feature 1 probably? Dude, all that! Favorite star! None of them! Yeah! Not telling you this game hates me! Dude, this is so... I was so hopeful too. I saw favorite star. I was hoping at least that final one would flip to a rainbow, but nope. Whatever. To be more frank though, I'd be more excited if I see that door. If the door changes or if I see Akikawa, I'm gonna lose myself. Oh my god. Tazan. Long shot start. There we go. It's gonna be the same thing until I reach 200, man. Oh gosh. That's 7th one. Natty, Ryan, winning ticket, Tachyon, Kinghilo, Condor Pasa, Measure Orion, winning ticket, Grass Wonder. I haven't seen Grass Wonder yet. Thank you. Oh my good gracious me. Gosh, the pain and struggles of pulling. Oh my gosh. He clips! He clips! He clips! There's a chance! There's a chance! Oh my god! There we go! There we go! Gold chip. Nice nature. Urada. Ah! No! No! I'm in the hammer! I wonder if I 5-starred Silent Suzuka now. That's crazy. No. Oh my god, that's hysterical. Yeah, I really am cursed. Dude, I got lightheaded for a second too. I really thought I was gonna get someone, at least someone different. I was hoping for like I get Saiyan Sky, but no, I got Silent Suzuka again. I got the wrong front runner. Let alone let me have my Pace Chaser. Let me have Nishino Flower, please. This is gonna be so hilarious when I upload it on YouTube. Oh, crazy! Us in the gold. What the heck is this game, man? Oh. Oh man. Hashtag blacklisted by side games. Bro, ain't that the truth? Dude, I'm pity pulling now. Gold set. Alright, 140 now. Oh my gosh. Oh, another long shot start too. Dude, I'm losing all hope now. I'm gonna pity pull now. Oh my gosh. Ah! Rainbow! Ah! I don't even want her! Oh, but you know what? I'm fine. It's a new Uma. It's technically a new Uma. It's not the Uma I wanted. But fine. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose myself. I mean, to technicality, I got a new Uma. Could do with featured one though, yeah. Yeah, no, that's not until I pity pull. I don't want to call it, but I feel like I'm going to. To be fair though, that took me out of the whim. Long shot star, and I pulled a 3-star with Fuku Kitaru. That's amazing. Oh my god, speaking of Fuku Kitaru. Oh man. Can you like surprise me again, get another rainbow pull, and all of a sudden it's another Silent Suzuka? Tenhoiser! Oh my gosh. Okay, 50 more to go. Yay. Go away, Tasuna! Oh my gosh. Long shot star again too. I'm never gonna get my Nishino Flower through these pulls! Bakshino, Top Gun, Bakshino, Halo, Urara, that was Scarlet, World Shipping. Oh man. Again, the fun of pulling. Door! Please! God, please! Oh my god, please! Please! And now Taiki's shuttle. Dude, please don't jinx me on this! Be like, wait, it's like rush hour instead. Ah, I have her already! This game hates me! No, I already have you! Please, why couldn't you be Saiyan Sky? I'm sorry, but it's funny at this point. No, dude, I'm still laughing too. Don't worry, I'm also laughing. Dude, I don't care if I pity pull, this is so funny. Like I said, this is also going straight to my YouTube channel. Ah! Don't flip! Don't flip! Ah! Dang it! Dang it! I have her already! Darn it! Oh, come on! I get her at 190, just wait. Gosh. Oh, another long shot start too. YouTube, I hope you're enjoying this, because I for sure am. Let alone for those of you watching at Twitch besides Sen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. God sap! God sap! 190. Go away, Dawson! I love you, but please go away. I'm just not stuck too. Oh my god. Oh man, the pain's so real. Oh my god. Well, time to pity pull. Wait to see I get her at the 200 pull. Oh! I had a bit of slight of hope on that one too. 200. No. Gosh, no. Long shot star. What the heck? Oh my god. No. Come on. Oh, this is so bad. This is really cursed 200 pulls. Oh my god. Oh, I apologize if I broke anyone's eardrums on that. Oh my god, no, I'm pity pulling now. Yay! Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, so much of that. Well, yeah, I got her anyways. Yay, let's go. Yay, I got her. Oh my gosh. Yay, guys, I got the best pace chaser. Let's go. Oh my god, that's great. Oh my god. Yep. All you folks watching this as a VOD, watching this on my YouTube channel, or you're watching this live right now. Yep, that's the fun of pulling in games like this. Hey, I'll make up for it eventually. Eventually. May not be now, but eventually when those events come in and when I'm able to pull for more carrots, yeah, baby, let's go. Oh my good gracious me. In the meantime, while I'm still here. Nice. Okay, so I got this one. That's not too bad, I guess. Hopefully she's really good as a late surger anyways. Nishino Flower, on the other hand, gotta level her up all the way. I'll see for myself. Who can I star unlock at this moment? Okay, cool. Condor Pasa and Secret Creek. Might as well just take care of this right now. Thank goodness, not gonna rerun out Condor Pasa. Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm fine with that at least. Same with Super Creek. Oh, man. Well, there we go. Cool. Good enough for now, I guess. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know what to say now. I feel defeated at the same time, too. Hey, I mean, at least I technically have 2 new Umas. I say 2, but at the same time, I don't really want this one. It is what it is, though. But yeah! Cool. Oh my gosh. Yep, that's the fun of it when it comes to pulling on gacha games, guys. So, in the meantime, for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this. I'll catch you next time on my next future topic, but for now, I'm gonna go cry later on tonight. Bye, guys.